Welcome everyone, join us today as we delve into the life and legacy of bassist Pete Farndon, a key force and founding member of English-American rock band The Pretenders. So let's dive in. Peter Granville Farndon, born the 12th of June 1952 in Hereford in England. He was zodiac sign Gemini. Before starting his music career, Pete was heavily influenced by Stanley Clarke and Jeff Beck. He attended Hereford Cathedral School, where he and classmates Phil Weaver, Kevin Williams, Ian Ernie Williams, and Paul Jazz Jones formed a band called Carcass, playing covers of contemporary rock bands. After the band dissolved, Pete found new inspiration after seeing Thin Lizzy and the sensational Alex Harvey Band perform at Malvern Winter Gardens, which led him to pick up the bass again, specifically a Rickenbacker. He began playing with Tick Taylor and Walt Chesh, and later teamed up with Chesh, Jeff Townsend, and Mark Anderson in a band called the Dingoes. Pete and Tick were then invited to join Cold River Lady, a band looking to evolve into a more electric rock sound. With two drummers and a full lineup, including Helen from Hell and Heavens, the band began to gain momentum under the management of Duncan Ferguson. They went professional, touring extensively throughout England, Wales, the Netherlands, and Germany. They regularly played well-known London venues like the Marquee, Dingwalls, and the Greyhound, earning positive reviews. However, despite coming close to securing a record deal, particularly with Island Records, no music was released. By early 1976, Cold River Lady disbanded as it became clear they had reached the end of the road. Later, Pete joined the Australian country band The Bushwhackers while they were in London and spent a year touring with them in Australia. Pete joined The Pretenders in early 1978, becoming the first member of the 1978-82 lineup recruited by Chrissie Hynde. Their initial rehearsals showcased a range of styles, from soul and country to punk rock, reflecting the band's versatile approach. That summer, lead guitarist James Honeyman Scott was brought into the group by Pete to complete the lineup. Along with drummer Martin Chambers, both Pete and Honeyman Scott shared a connection to their hometown of Hereford. Chambers and Pete worked together to adapt to Hynde's unconventional timing. They spent extra hours refining the rhythm section to match her unique style, breaking down the songs and finding their own way to interpret the beats. Over time, this adjustment became natural, forming the foundation of the Pretenders' music. The band recorded 5 tracks at Regent's Park Studio. Chrissie Hynde chose the name, The Pretenders, after the Platters' song, The Great Pretender, a favorite of one of her ex-boyfriends. Their first single, a cover of The Kinks' Stop Your Sobbing, produced by Nick Lowe and recorded during the July Regent's Park sessions, was released in January 1979 and garnered critical attention. This was followed by the release of Kid in June 1979. In January 1980, the band hit number 1 in the UK with Brass in Pocket, which also became a success in the US, reaching number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. Their self-titled debut album, released in January 1980, achieved both critical and commercial success in the UK and the US. Produced by Chris Thomas, it is widely considered one of the greatest debut albums ever. It has been ranked among the best albums of all time by VH1 at number 52, and Rolling Stone at number 155. In August 1981, The Pretenders released their second full-length album, Pretenders 2, which featured tracks from the US EP Extended Play, including the MTV hit, Day After Day, and popular radio songs like The Adulteress, Birds of Paradise, Bad Boys Get Spanked, and The English Roses. On September 18, 1981, The Pretenders appeared as the musical guest on the US sketch comedy show Fridays, performing The Adulteress, Message of Love, and Louie Louie, with Andy Kaufman hosting the show that night. Pete played a significant role in shaping The Pretenders' tough image, often appearing on stage in biker clothing or later, dressed in samurai gear. Chrissie Hynde later revealed that the songs Biker and Samurai referenced a character similar to Pete. As a performer, Pete stood out not for technical skill, but for his immense heart and raw energy, which Hynde described as enough to carry him through, much like a boxer winning on sheer determination. His powerful presence and spirit was central to the band's stage dynamic. By early 1982, Pete's drug use had created tension within the band. His behavior became increasingly difficult, and Chrissie Hynde described him as someone who was no longer manageable. The breaking point came when guitarist James Honeyman Scott threatened to leave unless Pete was dismissed. On June 14, 1982, just 2 days after his birthday, under Hynde's direction, band manager Dave Hill fired Pete. Tragically, just 2 days later, Honeyman Scott died from heart failure due to a cocaine intolerance. With both members gone, Chrissie Hynde and drummer Martin Chambers were the only original members left, and within a year, the only surviving ones. After being dismissed from the Pretenders, Pete collaborated with former Clash drummer Topper Headon, guitarist Henry Padovani, organist Mick Gallagher, and vocalist Steve Allen, previously of Deaf School, in a brief project they named Samurai. Tragically, on April 14, 1983, at the age of 30, Pete Farndon was found by his wife Conover Kennard, drowned in the bath at their London home, after losing consciousness from a heroin overdose. He was laid to rest at St. Peter's Church in Withington, Herefordshire, in England. And there you have it. Pete Farndon's life was both brilliant and tragic, marked by incredible achievements and personal battles. Though his time with the Pretenders was cut short, his legacy lives on through his unforgettable contributions to the band and rock music. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Take care and bye for now.